Hi guys, how are you? It's late, so I didn't text anyone to let you know I'm jumping on. But I'm finishing a painting and I want to show you how to use a rake brush. So let me see if we're actually live. Hope everybody's doing good, enjoying their Friday evening. I don't see it yet. One second. Takes a few times, Let me go again. There we go. Okay, let me make sure the sound's on. And turn my sound on to head it off. Okay, there we go. Say hello if you're around, if you're just relaxing on a Friday evening. I thought we'd do something fun together. I'm working on a new painting. It's a nice, quick, fun one. It's a new gnome. We have a couple Thanksgiving gnomes already from the past, but we had to make something new this year. So I wanted to create it with you. Hey, Nebraska. How are you doing, Lois? It's nice to see you. Isn't that funny? You're not the only one who told me to go to bed. Like the night before when I was up until 2 or 3, Linda wrote me too. She texted me and she was like, go to sleep. I hope you're doing great. What are you up to? How's your week going? Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Hello, I need my glasses now, which I didn't clean. Wynema, I love your name. Am I saying that right? Gretchen, hi. How are you, my friend? How are you doing? I hope everybody's having a good night. We had such a beautiful day today. I took the dogs on a walk like twice. I was at the studio. That's funny. I was at the studio almost all day. And then this morning, and as soon as I got home, I went on a nice long walk because it was so beautiful. And then I got to paint tonight, so I'm excited about that. This one that you see behind me was such a nice, quick one. It's a big one, but it's a quick painting. Oh, I'm so glad I'm pronouncing it right. Yay. I wanted to, so here's the new gnome, and I'm doing a few things to show everybody that they can use a rake brush to make hair, fur, feathers very easily. And so we have, hi Julie, how are you? How are you doing today? We're going to finish this together right now. This is our new gnome. He'll be so cute once he has a beard, but look, he has turkey and pumpkin pie. First, just got through the painting on the scarecrow door hanger. Yay, I want to see it. How exciting. Hi, Doris. How are you? And so initially I had a pumpkin pie or an apple pie here, and then my husband walks in and he was like, I really think he should have pumpkin pie. And then I thought maybe he'll just bring a piece because he ate the rest. You have your new tree up and thinking about decorating with funky birds. Oh, how cool is that? The tree from here. That's awesome. I can't believe they got it to you so fast. Thanks, Linda. Rhonda, hello. It's cold in Colorado. Oh, geez. We had like a 70-day here. I'm sorry it's cold there. It's sprinkled there, Michelle. Aw. Hey, Lois, Lois came here for Members Weekend and she went to Cranex, and she's from across the country, and she ordered a tree from there and she has it up already, which is great. I never get my trees up until like the week of Christmas, and I have Thanksgiving at my house and I'm never ready. And so, hi, Becky. How are you? How are you doing today? It's nice to see you. Hey, Connie. How are you? Nothing like coming on at 10 o'clock, huh? I thought maybe someone else was bored and I could paint this with you guys. Let me see. Hi, Gwen. Thank you. So we're going to put this in together. So I was thinking like we do a little moustache on here. So do a little moustache and his beard down through here. I think I didn't wipe all my chalk out, but I think he's about done. He went in so fast and he came together really fast. And so, oh, I'm so glad. And you love the tree too. Yay. Well, I'm going to go to my easel and we'll start painting this together, okay? So if you're in our membership, we have videos on how to cut a rake brush, but I can also share that with you as well if you're not in our membership. And we have rake brushes in our brush packs also, but I'm going to show you how to use a rake brush today. You're always up late and ready. Yay. Hi, Sharon. How are you? I'm always up late too. I am definitely not a good sleeper. And good evening, Kim. How are you? Oh, yay. I'm glad. A pleasant surprise. I was like, am I going to bother anyone? I didn't send out the text alert for those of you on the text sign, on the list to be text, because I thought maybe someone's resting. So I only have white on my plate, okay? And I'm going to go to my easel. I'm going to use water and white, okay? And then I'll lean back and forth. Hi, Donna. How are you? I'll lean back and forth in. Hi, Trace. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. And check the comments because I didn't ask anybody to come on with me late. Hey, Dodie, how are you? Oh, you love the new brushes. Yay. I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much for ordering them. We were just, Vicki was in there while we were packing and shipping today after our class this morning. And she was saying too how they're game changer in our paintings in achieving what we want to achieve quickly. And so I'm so glad you guys love them. Watching Guardians get slaughtered. Oh my gosh. I have the same paper plates here. That's so funny. Linda, I didn't have time to go to the store today. Well, I didn't want to make time to go to the store today because I wanted to paint tonight. And so we had these from the ribbon cutting of the new community room from Sunday, and I stole them from the studio. I mean, they were ours, but I stole them. So the first thing you want to do is water down the paint. Linda, I hope you had a great birthday and you were able to enjoy it somehow after your surgery. I hope you're healing fast, my friend. Okay, so see how these, we always say when someone picks one of these up in class or I'm teaching online, it looks like it's chewed, okay? The best way to make a brush like this, a rake brush like this, is if you get scissors. I'm gonna grab scissors. I always have scissors ready. You take a filbert brush, which I don't want to cut one of my filbert brushes, but do I have one sitting right here with me? Probably not. I'll go like this. Okay, so I just have a big flat brush. But you take scissors. You can buy a rake brush online, plus they're in our brush packs. But in case you don't have one or you don't want to buy one, you just take the tip right here and you just scissor this at an angle until you get it how you want it, okay? That's the way to make a rake brush. Really simple and easy. Oh, PT for your birthday. Lovely. You're coming on at different times, especially in the evening. Gives me more of a chance to see you. Oh, I'm so glad, Doris. Yay. I'm glad you could be on. The night owls are on. So you want to water down your paint with the rake brush when you're building up this beard. So I want to talk a little bit about pressure. We want very light pressure when we first put our brush down, and then we're going to press harder and we're going to pull off. When we lift off at the end, that's going to make a nice feathered mark instead of blunt stop. When someone is new to painting, oh, Linda, happy birthday. When they're new to painting, they want to press hard. They want to use a lot of paint. Also, I want you to realize that you need to layer up your paint. You're not going to get your finished look right away, and you have to trust the process, okay? So just trust the process. The reason why a black canvas is wonderful to work with is because you already have that darkness in there. If you are painting something and it's all one shade, it's going to look flat. For example, like with a pumpkin here, like this is just like a 2-minute pumpkin, if that. Just putting a little bit of white up here makes it look like it's coming out towards you up here and in the middle. So if I would have that all one shade, it would look flat. So we want to make sure that we have lights and darks and medium tones in there as well, okay? So also, oh, happy birthday to you too, Michelle. So also a good tip when you're making beards or hair or feathers or fur, what you want to do is make sure you're not starting your lines exactly next to each other. Also, just don't use the wide part of the brush. Sometimes use the thin part of the brush as well. I want you to think also that you want to leave a little bit of darkness underneath the nose because there'd be a shadow there. It wouldn't be super bright right up against the nose, okay? Hi, Cheryl. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. So a little bit of water, very light touch when you're up here, okay? Very light touch. Sometimes you'll see I'm going to turn my brush to the side, and I'm never starting and stopping at the same point because I will make stripes if I do that, okay? And I think I'm going to make this like kind of wing out just a little bit. Now you have to remember that this is the first layer. We'll make some areas brighter so it looks like it like comes out towards you a little bit. I'm gonna grab more paint, okay? And then some areas will leave dark, so it looks like it recesses back a little bit further, okay? Up under his little pilgrim cap, we're gonna leave a little bit of darkness there too. So very, very light touch there, and then you're lifting off as you're coming out to the side. I love to see the gnome beards when people work on them because I am Linda. I am. Hi, Connie Zach. How are you, my friend? And so Linda asked if we're going to have a larger rake brush made. Yes, because we have a smaller one in our pack, which is the 1/4 inch. And I like to use a bigger rake brush as well. And so we will be adding that to our brush pack, or single brushes, I guess I should say. So I'm going to get, anytime I'm going to get water, I'm going to pull it out, you know, in this side pile right here. Also, another tip when getting water. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Thank you so much. How are you doing today? So when you grab water for that side pile, don't put your whole, you know, this ferrule and the rest of your brush in there, because it'll hold water. It could drip onto your painting. And so you want to just put your bristles in when you're grabbing water out of your cup and then putting it in the side pile, okay? Doing great. My eldest daughter surprised with a visit. She lives in California. Totally made my day. That is so awesome. What a great surprise. I love that. Yay. So I am going to start on this side, all right, which I have the camera stuck in front of my chest over here, so it's not always my best when I'm filming. I'm going to pull this over here, but I can tell you a little bit of a trick when you do this so it's a little bit more even, but I don't know if it's good for you while filming, but if you turn it to the side, you'll have a much better angle. And so if you're right-handed, you would turn it to the opposite side. You'd be flipping that over to the left. And so this is much easier for me, so I'm not stretching my arm out really far or anything like that, okay? So very light when you start up by his nose. I figured we're gonna do a couple, like this weekend, I wanna make some quicker, easier paintings as well. Not that they're not all achievable, but I mean just quicker, I guess, is my, what I'm working on this weekend. And then, yeah, I kind of do a mix of things from quicker to longer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this back up here. Now, up here, I feel like it's a little too bright up there, so I just rub that with my finger. The other thing is with acrylic painting, it's so forgiving. You can wipe anything off. You can take your paint towel, your paper towel, put a little bit of water on it, wipe it off. If it's completely dry and you can't wipe it off and you want to change it, then you can always paint over it. So it's very forgiving, okay? I always tell everybody, don't get stressed painting acrylics. And every time you paint with us, you're going to add more tools to your painting toolbox. Everything will become easier and easier for you. Within a very short period of time, you'll be able to look at my paintings. You'll know how I built them. You'll know techniques right off the bat. You'll be able to look at things that you see outside and know how to paint them. It happens all the time. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much. And I love to see it. I love to see it. If I can only post everything that like our members post in the group, like all the paintings, they are busy. You'd be amazed. Now, whenever I go through like around the carcass area, the turkey, this made me laugh. Did you know I was like so close to putting like a head looking with real big eyeballs with the thing dripping down? I still might have to do it. I don't know. I thought, you guys tell me if I should do that, like put the head on the turkey. But I seriously thought about it, you know? And you want to leave a little bit of a shadow in between the mustache. We always call them moustaches. And the beard. Okay, I'm going back to get water. All right, so if you look, I'm leaving shadows here, which means lighter touch. I'm never starting and stopping right next to each other. One thing when I notice people, hey Linda, how are you? It's nice to see you. Big bulging eyes. Tina Senecal, how are you, my friend? So that's what I was thinking, Kim. I could see it, like his red little thing hanging down and his eyes like huge. I thought it's going to be like, it would be hard to fit him here. I seriously thought about it. I put him together really quick. Like he was probably done in the last like I don't know, half hour or so. And that was my last thought. Oh, I should really do that. As I'm coming down towards the bottom, so you guys agree that he should have like, he's scared to death. Someone's going to eat him face. I think it'd be funny. I might have to do it. I'll take a picture of it before in case somebody doesn't want to head on there. How's that? If I do it. So when you get down to the bottom, so you want to try to keep, this is why I kept all this black and I didn't put the shorts up any further, is because I want this darkness to remain back here, okay? Now you could do all kinds of stuff with this beard. We have so we have about 50 gnomes. So the students tell me at the studio, I'm actually not even sure, but they said they counted them on the walls the one day. And they said there's about 50. So we have all different beards. Like we have ones that like loop up, different colored beards. You're good. Yay. Is the family doing good? Aw. Oh, happy birthday. Look at all the birthdays. You would love to see that. Cheryl, I might have to do it. He's already been cooked, and uncooked turkey would be okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. It won't make sense. My dad will say that too. He'll be like, he is cooked. How's he alive? Yeah. And I'm like, it's make-believe, Dad. Make-believe. Too funny. So my parents have a place like in Palmatuming and by the water, and it's my parents' happy place. And for years I've said I'm going to go up when the leaves are changing, and I actually put it in my schedule. I'm going on Monday because I never go, and it's such a beautiful time of year. Linda, you're missing it. They were all just here for Members Weekend like this past month, but the leaves had just started. Now they're like really close to completely turning. Okay, so once I get this in, I'm going to start building up some areas. I'm going to make some areas brighter. I'm going to make some area, like leave some areas darker. I think I'm going to put some hair maybe over the side of the plate. Okay, I got to think about it for a second. Oh, yeah, happy October birthdays. Mine was in September. I'm trying not to recognize it anymore. Am I going to paint Christmas gnomes? Yes, Jeremy. I have a new Christmas gnome every year. We do have several, and so we will not with those feet. It's so funny. And yeah, that's true. He's a goner. So I'll have another Christmas gnome too. If you go to our site, there's a video on there, and it has most of our paintings in the video. Not all of them, I don't think, but pretty close to them. If you scroll down to the bottom and you can click on the video, it's just 2 minutes long, goes pretty fast, and you can see there's hundreds of paintings in the vault. So take a look at that on there. If you're a member, we actually just had the search options like upgraded with the plugins on the site, and so they're fabulous, and so I'm pretty excited about that. And so what I'm doing now, as you can see, is I'm brightening some areas and then I'm leaving some areas dark. So that makes sure, I think, let me see. Yes, that's what I'm excited about, Cheryl, like the inspiration to see it. Yours started turning in Minnesota too. Oh, that's something I'd love to see. Happy birthday to you too, Lori. Oh my goodness. Okay, so oops, I meant to turn the other thing off. By the way, the reason why I'm doing this, you know how we have the Mrs. Claus workshop coming up? That is October 6th through the 9th. So we have to make her hair in there. She has beautiful silver hair. And so you're going to use a rake brush just like this. So this is, a very wonderful way to work on your rake brush skills, even if you don't love gnomes too much, okay? But it's going to show you like how to brighten things, how to leave some things darker where it looks like they go back a little further. So in this tree, I'll show you behind me a little bit more up close when I'm done. I'll show you that we use the rake brush for that, it was me, used the rake brush for that as well. And so I can actually show you a little bit of how to make that pine. If everybody wants to hang on for a minute today, I can do that. If you're not sleepy. I got this bad habit last week of staying up until like 3 in the morning again. I think because of the community room and getting that all ready for the ribbon cutting, and then like just having so much to do, and now I'm wide awake. even though I get up really early. I don't know, go figure. So I'm gonna make this a little bit brighter in through here, okay? Now one thing I want you to pay attention to is to make sure that you're not using, what you don't want to do, I wish I had a spare canvas here right next to me. What you don't want to do is make marks right next to each other, like lines like this, pressing hard and just making lines like that. Because sometimes people want to do that and you don't want to do that. Sometimes take your skinny part, sometimes use the wide part, but always start and stop at different places. And then that way you're not making stripes. So if you see anything that resembles a stripe, you want to like take a look at what you're doing and make sure that you're not. So how you avoid that too is overlapping your strokes, making sure they're not just like side by side, the same width apart. If you have a little bit of OCD, that could happen. So just, the other thing is take a look at your painting through your phone camera or step back and take a look at it like maybe about 3 or 4 feet away, and then you're gonna see how it looks on a wall. When you're up close to something, it's hard to tell. Like I never call painting done until, I might just curl this up down at the bottom a little bit. I never call painting done until I look at it through my phone. I mean, when I teach online with the membership every week, I can't do that, of course, but if I'm painting on my own, I look through my phone. Okay, so I think I'm gonna curl it up just a little bit. I guess I can't make a cooked chicken, a live chicken. So much for that. I'll have to think of that for next year. Okay. I came in late, but when we have this one, I'm actually going to be filming a lot for you this coming week. There's a lot of things that I want to pre-record instead of just, do them live. So actually, you know what? I might put this one the last week in the group. I think this is a really fun one to do together live. So maybe I'll do this one the last week so we can practice the rake brush together. And then I'll pre-record the pilgrim hat. I wish I had all the paintings here to show you. Okay, so a little bit brighter maybe at that, where I want it to look like it's popping up right there. And then I'll show you really quick too how to use the same brush to make some pine. You want me to do that? I'll get a white canvas real quick. Aw, thanks, Trish. Oh, love them, her holding the turkey and pie, so cute. Thanks, Joyce. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind when I do stuff like that. Currently working on the Santa from last year. I love that. New mantra, trust the process. We have it here because when you start second guessing, you need to think like, trust the process. And when I'm teaching myself new things, I have to remember that too. Like there's steps to build the painting. And so I like to teach myself different stuff all the time and try different things and to create new things I haven't created before and stuff. And so I'll tell myself that too. Ladies wear that shirt to the studio all the time. I think I'm good with that. What do you think? The reason why I made like his legs so scrawny like that is because I was thinking about those little knickers they wear with the white socks. And so that's what I was thinking about. But this one's fast, like it goes together really quick. I'm gonna grab a couple different paint colors and I'm gonna show you really quick on how to make some of the tree limbs with the same brush, okay? Need a lot of practice with this brush. Yes, so that's why, oh yay, you want to learn it. Yay, hi Priscilla, how are you? Thank you so much. And so I do think like the more practice with the rake brush, the better, because like the water, adding the water to it, you have to get used to it. You have to get used to laying your brush down very lightly, a little pressure, and then pulling off again. So the more you do that, the better it'll be. So here he is finished. So I was happy to finish him up with you. We have this Hello Fall truck from a long time ago that has like leaves around it like this, and I thought it would be cute with him, I thought it was funny, like him bringing the turkey not on a plate and he ate the rest of the pie. I don't know. I've lost my mind. So I'll show you how to make some of these pieces. Let me move this and let me grab, I don't have any of those colors out, so let me grab those. Okay. My dog's waiting for me. Every time he knows like when I'm finishing a painting, and so he like waits. I'm going to show you some really neat colors. Like you can always mix these colors, but some really cool colors for making some pine. I'm like, where'd it go? I'm missing something here. I'm missing my green earth. There it is. I'll show you some cool colors for this too. I'm not good at like squirting things out. I'm always like opening the lid. But that's why I always have too much paint. Hi, Lily. Okay. If I showed you guys something, you would die laughing. I should show you something really quick. I've been tempted to put show the membership this. This is out of like laziness. It has to go. This is on, I have a table that I get all my paints, you know, because my tower of paint bottles next to it. Does anybody else have popsicle sticks like this for painting? Anybody? I do want to hear about that. Do you think that's insane? This is the biggest I've ever let it get. I don't know why. I used to have a garbage right next to it, and now I just keep sticking them on a paper plate like a crazy person. I need a white canvas. Hold on. So I also, so you guys are gonna think I'm a hoarder now. I'm really not. I'm good at throwing away stuff, but I think I have black paint all over me. I want to show you something else I have sketched out too. Oh, I have 2 Shih Tzus, Connie. They're with me like 24/7 when I'm here. So I like the 1/2-inch brush for that tree, Tina. Small silver one from the old brush pack. Yeah, so I like the bigger one, but you can use the smaller one. One on Earth is that. So I take some of my paints, I put in these containers from our big bottles at the studio. So I bring them home like this. And then my Lucas paints, of course, are in the Lucas bottles. So I use popsicle sticks to get these out. And then I keep sticking them in pile. I've never had a tower like that. Usually I throw them away when there's like just a little bit on the plate. It looks like a steak tower. Listen, I don't know how big it can get now. I'm like tempted not to throw it away. I don't know. It's so funny. Back end of a turkey. That's so funny. I was going to grab those paints for you, but I sketched this out last night too. Like a lab with a scarf on, with a wreath and some candles and a little tree coming in from the side and some presents at the bottom. And I was going to do it like real loose. So I have that sitting there waiting to be painted too, but there's something before that I'm going to surprise you with. But I want to show you these paints that are great for painting trees. So I'm going to get that, and I have gold. Hi, baby. Okay. So this is green earth. All right, I love this. You can mix it easy. So it's Viridian, sap green, and a little bit of black, a little bit of white. So this here, this is an awesome color. This is cactus green also. But if you put sap green, which is a dark green, white, and a touch of black in this, you can get this color as well. But it's nice to just like, you know, be able to put them on your plate, you know, and use them like that. And that's what I did with that painting. I cheated, but I always tell people how to mix it. And then we have color mixing tutorials as well. And, oh, thanks, Linda. I'm going to give you guys all, what do you call it when you can't sleep? It's going to rub off on you. You have a black lab and a white American bulldog. Oh, both so cute. My girlfriend has bulldogs, Chrissy. We had a black lab. He passed away a few years ago. I loved him dearly. Hi, Lucy. How are you? I got on at, oh, I just knocked over the paints. I got on at 10 o'clock. You know, I lost my mind. I didn't want to text because I thought someone would be mad texting too late, you know? So, you know, some people may not turn off their phones. So, you know, I have a little brown on my plate for making my pilgrim. So I'm going to go to my easel. But let me show you this up close. I don't know if you can see that it has glitter. My son said make the bulbs a little bit bigger. So I think I'm going to do that when I film it. So you guys can see you know, what it looks like with the bigger bulbs, but I just thought it's something very simplistic, chunky background, it has glitter on it. It went together so nice and quick, and I wanted it in my foyer. I wanted something simple, you know? So let me grab, sometimes simple's good too, you know? Let me see. I'm about to have to go pick up my son from work. Oh, well, I'm glad you jumped on for a moment. It's nice to see you, Lucy. You love the tree. Yay. You have two Shih Tzus, Kim. No way. Hi, Lynn. They're such good dogs, you know. So, guys, so I'll have, like, I have the pot here. I'm not going to paint the whole thing, of course, but I wanted a terracotta pot for that. I just thought it would look nice, but I can't just do the limbs without having anything here, you know? So then it has like a line here. We have a bow in through here, so we have the bow here. And of course, like, you'll have a stencil for this, but I kind of had like the bow kind of drooping down when I made this, and I wanted to make it just like, I always look at like real things, and unless I've seen it myself personally. And so I was looking at these terracotta pots that had these red ribbons on them for Christmas. This, of course, is shorter and more stout, but just, we gotta have a base for it, you know? So then we have this tree. Oh my gosh, I'm sketching away and you guys can't see a thing. Okay, so I was just putting a pot in here. See, Linda, I need you here yelling at me. This is off center, but you have two Shih Tzus as well, Jan. Oh my gosh, Huck and Finn. I love that. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad you love the tree. Yeah, they want to be with us constantly. Oh, thanks, Becky. Let me see. You have a Shih Tzu too, Lori. Oh my gosh, Izzy. How cute is that? So don't mind, I was sketching this when you couldn't see it. I thought I'd show you how to sketch a pot if you haven't sketched a pot before, but so, and then I'm just going to, you know, we would have the limbs going out like this. Believe it or not, the stencil, which I already, if you're in the membership, I already put the stencil supplies list, Facebook cover. I put the notes. I made the notes already. Everything's in there for this. And then I'll be recording it soon. So we have some like wiggly things here. You always have to remember whenever you're painting or a tree or drawing a tree, a lot of people want to make it where it like splits in the middle like this. But if you look at trees, they don't split in the middle like that. So let me put a backlight on so you can see a little bit better. So you always have to remember that, you know, you have limbs that are right in this center area too, just seeing them at a different angle, okay? Hey, Carol Walker, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're on. I can't believe how many of you have Shih Tzus. So it's going to be more dense in through here. I also, like, once you always have to paint the pot first because the pot is underneath, you know, these pieces that are hanging down. But I really want to show you how to use the rake brush. But first, we have to put in, like, some limbs. Look, I probably should have just got on and painted it, right? So I'm going to get a little bit, I have my script liner, which is my long bristle brush. Okay, that's in our brush pack. And then I have some black paint. And then I'm going to put water in this 2 to 3 times. Van Dyke Brown, a little bit of black. If I miss one of your comments, then I'll look through later. Are you sure that you have been sleeping? Linda, what do you mean? I haven't been sleeping a lot. I still feel fine though, you know. So I'm just going to put, these are going to be covered quite a bit. It's just going to be peeking through. So I just have this watered down black and brown, and I'm just going to make, well, we don't want to curve at the end of that, but it'll be covered up. So I'm just going to put in, I'm going to show you how loosely you can put this in, and then it like comes together. Because a lot of people, like if they haven't painted before, even if they've painted before and they, you know, they haven't found, you know, their success with painting before, they'll think, oh, I can't paint that, you know, like there's no way I could do that. And I love to like jump on and show people, yes, you can. It's all done with very simple, easy to follow strokes. I'm just going to throw this in. Okay. And so don't ever think that you can't do it. Like there's no doubt in my mind you can. Like no doubt. We've taught so many people And so I'm just going to make a couple lines. Like I have these lines on the stencil, so you guys have a guide, not these exact lines, of course, but so we have like something to start with. All right. Linda, are you worried about me? I feel good, especially with everything like that we've had going on. Like I feel good. It's been busy, but my spinal cord injury is not bothering me too much this week, and so I'm pretty happy about that. So we always have to get our darkest in first. Okay, so I'm gonna pull in some of that green earth, which if you mixed a sap green, which is a dark green, a little bit of verdian, which is a teal, and a touch of black, you would get this color, okay? And so you have to water this down also, all right? But you always want to get your darkest in first. Now, I'm using a pretty big grape brush for doing this on a 12 by 16. The original's done on a 16 by 20, but we can still do it. So what we're going to do is you're going to go up against the branch and you're going to pull down and up. And this is going to narrow as it comes, you know, out to the side, all right? And then I'm going to pull out this way. Sometimes I take the skinny part of my brush and I pull out too, because sometimes it's an easier motion based on like the angle that I have here, okay? But say I'm going to pull this part down, and we're going to be layering on top of here, okay? We'll also have lift off, lift off, lift off, lift off. And then when you come to the end, just use a skinny part of that, okay? But this is another like great practice run for Mrs. Claus, I'm telling you. Because we're going to be making her hair, which is a big focal point in that painting, with this rake brush, and you can do it. Water's your friend when you're using it, okay? Let me see. Oh, you're so nice. I'm not going to get sick on you, I promise. Harder to teach than others. You're funny, Lois. You paint beautifully. These ladies, for those of you who don't know, we had a members weekend last month, and it was the first time we did it where we had members come in from all over the country, literally all over the country. We had members here that were from almost 2,000 miles away, and and Lois was here also. Her name is not Lynn. It says Lynn. I'm outing you, Lois. And someone stole her Facebook account. So, but sometimes I'm going to pull in a little bit more black. And so I got to meet everybody in person that we hadn't met before. And it was so wonderful. So I can't wait until next year. I felt like I knew them forever. And so some areas I'm going to make darker. Some areas I'm going to make lighter. Sometimes I'm laying it down light and pulling in. And then you also want to get like, sometimes you're just going to make a couple strokes in there. All right. And you don't always have to start at the base, you know. You can wiggle it a little, you know, also. A lot of times you don't have to do like that back side of it if you don't want to. This is the other way that you make palm leaves, is with this same brush as well. So I'm going to make some that maybe go up a little, okay? This would be all black in here because I put black and brown into the pot. But I just want to get a little bit of this in for you so you can see how it layers, and then we'll add some light colors to it. Oh, you know what I used as a highlight for this also is Arctic Blue. It looks beautiful. Arctic Blue was a really good highlight on these colors on that painting. The other thing is creating a painting when you don't have a base color down is always kind of like blah also, like the fact that we have nothing behind this. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Yes, it's a rake brush. Yeah. There's so many things you can do with a rake brush. So many things. So many paintings you can create with a rake brush. Fur, feathers, grass, hair. Like there's so many things. The beard that we just did. If you're just jumping on, try to, when you're done, do the replay. And because we finished a painting together. So that was fun. A lot of times too, guys, I'll just take some black and I'll kind of like just scrub it in, because what I'm doing is, this is the base layer. And so what I would do is when this dries, I might have to use the blow dryer because we're working with a smaller part, so you don't have to wait. The other one, I don't have to wait. I can just go right back over and highlight because it's, you know, a bigger area. But look how quick this starts going in. And see how you don't really have to worry about like where the brown is, because we're going to cover some of that It could be a nice guide for you, but it doesn't have to be. So some areas dark, some areas light. I want to make sure you can see this building up. Oh, yay! You're practicing on the pelican painting. I love that. It's perfect for feathers. I ride to Berkshire to the Norman Rockwell Museum, and the colors are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, how wonderful is that? That's a dream day. Oh my goodness, I would love that. I went to the Bob Ross Museum with Chrissy and Muncie. It was lovely to see, though. It really was. Okay, so a lot of times too, because of also where the camera is, but also because my angle is better this way, like I could turn it and then I would just start pulling down here. Like I said, some darker, some lighter, some darker, some lighter, okay? But you have to get the darkness in there. If you don't, then it's not going to look as three-dimensional. And you'd be surprised, like you can put this in fairly like messy. And then the layer you do on top of it's kind of like when we're doing like bundles of flowers, and the last layer is what you have to really be concerned with. Similar to that. Okay. Similar to that. All right. Remember, we have to have some stuff like right in the middle here, you know? So as this dries, like I'll build some pieces like right in through here as well. All right. And like I said, there'd be darkness underneath this because we would have dirt in that pot. Don't forget to use the, you know, the skinny part of your brush as well. All right, so I'm going to blow dry this just a little so I can show you how to like highlight it. I'm thinking doing this technique may make it easier. Oh, I hope so. You can do it. So we have our own brand of brushes. So we have that in our brush pack here, but it's only 1/4 of an inch. So that's this one right here. This one that's all beat up is from Zem. And so we're going to get more of these in stock as well because we can get them at a good price because of the wholesale price until we have our own larger. Because this, I like the 1/2 inch. Most of our painters like the 1/4 inch that are in here. But if you're doing this, like say you're working on this large painting right here, okay? If you took the smaller brush and did this, it would take a longer time where I could like whip this out. I think my husband was in here and this whole thing went in 25 minutes. And so it's so fast using a bigger brush, you know. Before I blow dry it, what I would do is consider like, I might want to get a little bit more darkness here and there. You know, it just makes it look more dense. So I would go in and add some darker areas in here. And it's also like a little bit more grainy because we have no paint, you know, behind this. It's just a gesso canvas, you know. But let me dry it a little bit and I'm going to show you how to highlight it, okay? Oh, thanks, Trish. So I used this green earth. And you can make green earth by mixing sap green, viridian, which is teal, and a tiny bit of black and a little bit of white. I dropped it on the floor. I also have this cactus green on here that I'm going to use to highlight with as well. And then I'm going to grab a little Arctic blue also. So let me grab that because it's a beautiful highlight on pine. So I'm going to get that so you can see it. I'm going to blow dry this real quick because they don't get all muddy because there's no paint on the background. So this is the Arctic blue. So if you don't have Arctic blue, what you do is take sky blue, put a tiny bit of teal in it and a little bit of white, and you'll come up with the shade as well. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit on my plate, and then I'm going to blow dry really quick. I don't generally blow dry. Like I could finish this and then start on the bottom, but I don't want to keep you forever. You're welcome, Trish. Let me get the blow dryer. It's tangled with the light. It's tangled with everything. Hold on one second. Sorry. go. Sorry about that. Very rarely have I blown anything dry while I'm teaching. I like it too. I agree. So if you have a tax ID, then you can get it from Zen Brushes. It's zenbrush.com. Otherwise, they just sell wholesale, but we'll get them and put them on our site. And I actually, for all the Mrs. Claus kits and any kit that needs a rake brush, I've been putting in, we have these Zem filbert brushes that are really nice, and I've been making them into rake brushes for you guys. We did have these silver ones. I had about 20 of them left, and I was putting them in as gifts in the kits, but they're gone. Thanks, Julie. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to get my rake brush. And so I'm going to start going in with lighter colors. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my cactus green, which if you want to make this yourself is sap green, a little bit of black, and a little bit of white. I always mix small amounts of color instead of large amounts because you'll get your shade that you want much faster, okay? So don't cover up all of the darkness you have underneath it. Let some of it peek through, and you'll see how this gets, it makes it look more realistic as we add the other, colors as well, okay? Like I said, it's much better with a background. I used to, when I would get on to do technique tutorials, I'd always end up doing like full paintings because of, I hate like working, like just showing something from this because I feel like you don't get the full effect. We would call it Technique Tuesday. Now we do full tutorial Tuesday and the membership, but we would call it Technique Tuesday, and I would still I would always make, a whole painting because of that. So this, like when you're layering this is when it really starts coming together, okay? You leave some of that darkness underneath there. And here, like this is very light, lifting off. Start at the middle, leave that little bit of darkness down through the center of that as well. Just a little bit of white and the cactus green. And then what we'll do is we'll pick and choose pieces to add some of our Arctic blue. And then the last step with that is we would pick and choose some pieces that we would add just the white to as well. Okay. And then you can also go back and separate some of these. Like that's why I'm not so careful, because I know if like something ends up like all clumped together, that I can take my rake brush with black and a little bit of water, and I'm going to show you that because right up here there's a lot of water in that. So I'll show you how to break it up too. Okay. So once I do that, I'll wash my brush. Hey Mandy, how are you? I was showing my brother your paintings in the frames, and he said they look beautiful. I was just showing him yesterday because I hadn't seen him all week. So he loved them. Yes, Mrs. Claus Workshop is November 6th and November 9th. I can post, let me see. I'll post real quick the link to it if you, hold on one second. I just jumped on just like very quickly. And so I didn't ask anybody to be on to looking for the direct link for the page. I'm looking for the one that just has Mrs. Claus directly to it. Nope, brought up the weekend workshop. We have 3 different sites, so you have to like type it out fully on one of our computers. So I'll put this here. And where are you guys at now? I have a million tabs open. And then I can also put where the brushes are also. I think we have, I was going to put the app in here, but it's not letting me put a picture in there. I'll do it afterwards. I'll do it afterwards for you guys. So let me go back here. So I'm gonna get my Arctic blue. I love, love, love this color for like skies and things like that. It's also a good highlight color if you are, I'm gonna get a little bit of white with this. If you are like painting mountains, but you don't wanna do everything with this. Like the side that you would think, oh, the light's hitting here, I might, you know, and this would look better if we had color in our background, but I would literally pick and choose where you're gonna put this. But all these steps, like, and you can put them all in so quickly, will help your painting look very three-dimensional. But again, this color here is, if you just mixed a little sky blue, tiny bit of teal, not much, okay, and then a little bit of white. Okay, so you can just touch all these pieces, not all of them, but some of them. And then I'd wash my brush one more time, and you would get a little bit of white. So you want to go from darkest to lightest, okay, and just build it. So it's all building process. So then this is your lightest touch, and you wouldn't want to do everything, just a little bit here and there. I did soften my ends, like I went out with white, you know, on the ends of my pieces when I created, you know, that tree, just like that. There's so many things you can do with this rake brush. And I'll get some more in from them until we have a bigger one made. Like I said, ours is only 1/4 of an inch, but you can cut them too. So anything you're making brighter is going to look like, you know, the light's hitting it, or it's coming out towards you a little bit, okay? And see how you see a little bit of the trunk going up there? It's just peeking through, so you're not seeing like anything, you know, too bold there. But always make sure you do, first of all, with your painting when you're building it, you want to do background first, foreground, and then you also need to get, you know, say this hangs over this pot, you have to do the pot first because of that, okay? Once I would get all of this in, I would have the pot, and then I would get all of this in, and then I would do the bulbs. You could also do, you know, put the ribbon in there as well. Let me drop this down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. But can you see all the layers in here? It's same exact colors. And see how I have the dark in first, which are the greens with the blacks. This has glitter on it too. I don't know if you can see the glitter. But whenever I film this for you guys, so some things, I work live with the membership every single week. So we paint a painting together every week, and then I drop things in that are pre-recorded. I think I'm going to pre-record this one. You're welcome. Yeah, you can join the workshop for Mrs. Claus for $10. Oh, we have a coupon. A coupon. This sounds funny. Hold on one second. So we have you can get our whole vault and Mrs. Claus, all the workshops, and come paint with us live for the whole month for $19. Usually the membership cost is $29, which we're working on getting that down too. We have a membership drive going on, but it's the code. Let me see if I still have a code up here. The code is KCKHQ19 right here. So if you do want to join us, because the Mrs. Claus workshop is $10 alone. So if you wanted to do it, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of paintings in our vault. And so if you want to choose from that and just even do your favorites, you know, for the holidays to make for gifts. Also, you're licensed to teach our paintings in your own in-person classes, or you can sell your original artwork as well. People do that at, you know, craft shows and online and stuff like that. As long as it's not prints of our designs, you're good to go. When and how did you add the glitter? Good question, Lois. I love glitter. Okay, so I have a glitter spray, my favorite glitter spray, and then I also I use a mister and I sprinkle glitter on, and this one was sprinkled on, and I did not spray it. Let me see. I'm gonna grab it for you. Hey, Althea, how are you? would work using the same brush painting a wreath. Yes. And so like if you go to, we have a wreath. Let me see if it's on here. The joy wreath. Do you see it? It's right underneath the Santa Claus. So you could use it like in the pine in that wreath. And we have like a holiday candle, stuff like that. But yeah, so there's so many things you can do with this, like with the rake brush. You'd be shocked. And it whips together really fast. So I wouldn't expect if I'm doing a class on this, which I am in the studio, it'll be like a 2-hour class. This is not a long one at all. Okay, even though it's on a big, because it has the really loose strokes in the background as well. So I'll show you my favorite glitter spray. And then we have, if you go to our website, at the very bottom, it has my favorite things. And so it has links to all of them if you want to see that. So you would go here and it's at the very bottom, but it has this linked in there. This you have to get kind of fast. Our whole membership uses it now, I think. And this is on Amazon. And then this we found during COVID when our glitter spray was out. This is at Walmart and I love it. And we have a bigger, chunkier diamond glitter as well. I don't know if you can see inside of that. But anyway, this is what's on that painting. We have these in the studio, and then I also put them in our members' bags, little misters, because what you can do when your painting's all done, you can be like at maybe 12 inches from it, and you just mist it. Make sure that your misting bottle is not shooting out water first, like just spray it. And then I lay it flat, and what I do is I pour this into like the lid, and then I pinch it like salt, and then I sprinkle it on there, and then it actually stays on there. But you can seal your paintings too with like Krylon spray as well. That's a sealant that we use if our paintings are going to be in the sun. And so you can do that if you're worried about the glitter falling off. I know a lot of people don't want glitter in their house. Glitter's all through my house. So in the studio, but this is my favorite glitter spray. But I spray it outside. It'll give you a headache inside. Some people have asthma, it might trigger that, so we don't spray it inside the studio either. Yeah, the Walmart brand's great. It definitely is. You've never painted a person before. Will you be able to? Yes, you will, Michelle. You know what's crazy is, so a person's face is a little bit harder to paint than most things, okay? And I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say that I was a little apprehensive last year because we painted Santa, which you can see here. I wasn't prepared with pictures, but I had this in there from last month. And so you see Santa there, and he's a, very human face. And so we painted online. I think we had 500 or 600 people, and we had our membership, and I couldn't see anybody. They were the most beautiful Santas. We did break down every single step. And I actually feel like Mrs. Claus is not as hard because she doesn't have that hand in front of her face also. But we had hundreds of pictures that came back of Santa Claus. They're gorgeous. And people are still painting him to this day. And he's also in our vault. So you would get that workshop if you did want to sign up for the month also. But I promise you, you're going to be able to paint her. My whole job is to break down paintings. I won't teach a painting unless all of you can do the painting. I want, like, even in our studio, we have, I don't know how many hundreds of paintings there, but every single person, even if you've never picked up a paintbrush before, you've never drawn, like a lot of people say, I can't draw a stick figure, you will be able to come in and paint any of our designs. And of course you get better with time, but I'm telling you, you'll paint a painting that you love and you want to hang on your wall. It's my whole job is to break down things very simply. So you can do it, I promise you. I was able to get the glitter spray from Hobby Lobby. Yay! Yeah, you can do it for sure. But that's why too, like, I'm coming on and I'm showing people like the rake brush I do. And I'm going to go, we have our Mrs. Claus group. I'm going to tag that here. Mrs. Claus workshop. There it is. Okay, so there you go. And then you can find the link in there to sign up for it. but you don't have to sign up if you're a member, just to ask to join the group. But you're so nice, Althea. But I want people to realize they can do it. And then I'm going to get in that Mrs. Claus group and we're going to start practicing strokes also. And so we're going to work on it. So people don't have any fear of it. Don't be intimidated because it's a human face. You guys will be able to do it. I promise. You're still learning and you're doing great, and it's going to keep getting better, and it gets easier and easier and easier. Like, things, we learn things through repetition. And so the more you hear it, like the lifting off, when we need chunky paint, when we need water paint, like watered down paint, how to make a nice edge, that they'll start sticking with you in your head. I promise you. My friends can't believe the paintings I've done by watching Casey. Oh, I love that, Becky, so much. It's amazing to see the work. Like, if you are in our group and you see the feed and the work going through, like, it's so wonderful to see. And so I hope you try, because I think you'll love it. This is my favorite thing, is to like sit here and paint with all of you, because it's so relaxing for me as well. Cheryl said, yes, after watching Casey, I've painted things that I've hung and given as gifts, and I'm not an artist. I love that so much. Yay. Yay. That gives me chills. I love that. You guys are awesome. But yeah, it's really something to see, because we teach you how to build the paintings. There's a method to the madness. And so I think that everybody understands the steps as we teach them, like they make sense. And so you'll remember, like, every painting, you're gonna have a tool that you like. The next painting, you're like, oh, I already know how to do this part. And so like it compounds. So I think you'll be surprised. You're so nice, Dodie. Thank you so much. Catherine, lost your video. Oh no. You're very welcome, Julie. You have showed me how to shade, and it's so much fun. Yay, I'm so glad, Trish. Do I need a rake brush for the Mrs. Claus class? So Priscilla, if you have your own supplies and you didn't get a kit, like we have kits, and then if you don't have like our brush pack has them also. We have a video on how to cut a rake brush. You want me to get it for you? I'll put it in here really quick. I'm going to put this in the comments, because you can cut your own rake brush. No need to spend any money either. But I think they're best cut from a filbert or a flat brush. Let me find the video. And then I'll put it in here for you guys. Those of you in the membership, this is in your vault in the technique tutorials. Here's how to cut a rake brush from a filbert. I have like 5 rake brush tutorials. Let me see if this is, yeah, this is the one. If you don't have a filbert brush, then just use a flat brush and you'll be fine. So I'm going to put this video here, and you can all watch that if you want to. Are you a part of the text messages? Oh yeah, so if you guys want to text when we're going live, let me see, I have that up here somewhere. You can always email us, by the way, if you have any trouble with anything. There's our email address, okay? And then this is, I had this up for our members, but if you're not a member, just text the word live to 724-995-0149, and I'll text you before I go live. Not at 10 o'clock at night, but when I go earlier, I just don't want to offend anybody by texting late. And so if you are a member, text the word member to the number, okay? And then I'll let you know when I'm going live in the group each week, okay? And then I think that's it. This is our kits are right here. So this is where the Mrs. Claus kit, if you don't have your own supplies, or if you have your own paints and brushes, you can get a drawn canvas if you want to, and you can just scan the QR code right there, okay? You can get the workshop and the drawn canvas for, I think it's like $15. So it's like just $5 more to get your drawn canvas too, okay? I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, text me late. It's okay. Althea, you're like me, right? Yeah. Hey, Glenda, how are you? It's nice to see you. Priscilla, if you text the word live to, you have to do it on your phone, to 724, and put it back up again, 995-0149, then it'll put you on the alerts. It automatically does it, okay? Tina. You do such a great job. So Tina said, thank you. As always, you keep challenging me. And I missed it and flipped up. Now I can't see it. But she said that it always amazes her, basically in so many words, that she can do it. So I love that. Oh, you got your box of canvases. Yay, Linda ordered a ton of drawn canvases. Too funny. Text me at 3. I'll answer you. Tina, you're just like me. You're ordering the brushes right now. You can't wait to get them. I'm so glad, Cheryl. I hope you love them. Here is, so we have the 10 pack and it has everything that we use in all of our painting tutorials. And then also we have a 2 pack of dome brushes and we use those. We started using those since the summer because I created those brushes because they're awesome to dry brush with and to create leaves and grass, and they're fantastic. So they're like a game changer. That's what I keep saying. They're a game changer. They make things like super quick. So we love that. But the brushes I had made because I couldn't find anything myself that I like to dry brush with that would stay stiff but soft, that worked really well for building the painting. So I hope you love them. We've had a lot of great feedback on them. You're very welcome. You're so nice. It was lovely to spend a Friday with you guys too. So thank you for having me and getting on with me. How can we get the Santa paintings if you're not in the group? So the Santa paintings you can sign up for also. If you go to kckhq.com and go to workshops, you can sign up for it there. I think he's $10 also. We have a sale on him. He was $25, I think, while Mrs. Claus is going on. So people can get both. But if you're going to do Mrs. Claus and Santa, that's $20. You might want to do the membership for $19 for the month. And you can just cancel it right away. And then you get access to the whole vault and they're all in there. If you wanted to. Just use this coupon code. Don't forget, I'm going to say it again, kckhq.com. Thanks so much, Connie. I'm so glad you love it. Yay. Lois, you're so nice. I need to talk to you every day. She's always saying such nice things. She's the sweetest. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys have a nice evening. I'll be posting more paintings soon. Thanks for finishing being with me and finishing the painting. And I'll see you soon. I'll be getting into the Mrs. Claus group soon too. And then in our group, what are we painting this Tuesday together? Let me see. Oh, we're painting the little boy snowman. So I don't know if you've seen him. He's so adorable. So we're painting him on Tuesday. And then I think we'll paint the gnome the last week of the month. That's the only one I didn't put on the schedule yet because I was deciding. Oh, you're welcome, Tina. We'll see you soon. You're welcome, Becky. You're welcome, Michelle. So let us know if you have any questions at all, okay? And thanks so much. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you have nice weather and everybody stay safe. No more hurricanes, anything like that. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye, ladies.